Time travel has long captured the imagination of scientists and science fiction enthusiasts alike. The concept of traveling to the past, reliving historical moments, or correcting past mistakes has been a recurring theme in literature and cinema. But could it ever actually happen, or is it just a fantastic idea confined to the realms of science fiction? In this video, we'll delve into a fascinating world along the bleeding edge of theoretical science, exploring how it might work, the potential applications, the paradoxes it presents, and the technologies that would need to be developed for it to become a reality. Welcome back to our channel, and today we're answering the extraordinary question: is backwards time travel possible? Do you need the big questions answered? Are you constantly curious? Then why not subscribe to Everything But What for more clips like this one? And ring the bell for more thought-provoking content. To understand whether backwards time travel is possible, we first need to explore the underlying principles and theories that might make it conceivable. At present, the frameworks for time travel are mostly rooted in the realm of theoretical physics and general relativity. One of the most prominent theories involves the concept of wormholes, hypothetical cosmic tunnels that connect any two points anywhere in space and time. And, while they're purely theoretical, the equations of general relativity do allow for their existence. If we could then manipulate a stable wormhole, it might serve as a bridge between different points in time. And then, traveling through that wormhole would enable us to access both the past and the future. Or, that's the general theory, anyway. All we need now is to build a wormhole to work with. In the meantime, there are other potential methods that could also send us back to the past. Faster than light travel is another long dreamed for breakthrough that one day could see us bending the temporal rules. Of course, according to Albert Einstein's theory of relativity, nothing can move faster than the speed of light in a vacuum. However, and despite that, there are theoretical constructs like tachyons that could, in theory, allow for time travel. Tachyons, if they do exist, are always traveling at FTL speeds, which means that they have the potential to break fundamental causality in physics, meaning that the rules of cause and effect no longer apply. How exactly we'd use tachyons, if we could harness them, isn't entirely clear, but some believe that they could pave the way toward jumping forwards and backwards in time. Importantly, and in general, the concept of FTL travel is highly speculative, but it remains a topic of interest among physicists and would-be time travelers. So, whether it's wormholes or FTL strategies, we do at least have some options to experiment with. And, indeed, there are studies ongoing in the here and now to turn time travel into more than just a sci-fi storyline. So, let's jump forward a little, to imagine what would happen next if traveling back in time was ever available. Clearly, it would have a profound impact on various aspects of our lives and the world at large, with intriguing applications across a range of fields. Number 1. Historical research and education. Imagine being able to witness historical events firsthand, rather than just reading about them or watching a dramatized documentary. If backwards travel were here, then historians, researchers and, well, anybody, would now be able to intimately observe all of the most significant moments that have ever happened, gaining an unparalleled understanding of the past. Then again, would all of those events happen in the same way if time travel does ever arrive? It's a problem that we'll explore more in a moment. Number 2. Catastrophe prevention. Backwards time travel could potentially be used to stop natural disasters or other catastrophic events by altering key decisions and circumstances in the past. For example, picture how an evacuation might be different if a hurricane or storm wasn't only forecast to happen but was literally foreknown. There would still be a huge logistical challenge, but the entire thing would now be operating on 100% certainties without any unknowns. Number 3. The possibilities for temporal medicine. Medical practitioners might use time travel to correct historical health issues or provide treatments that were not available at the time, and in doing so could save countless lives. Backwards time travel would allow for today's medicines to be administered for sufferers of yesterday's illnesses and plagues, as well as future medicines arriving to battle today's conditions and problems. Although, again, what might the repercussions be to such a dramatic alteration? Finally, number 4. Personal time machines. Individuals could use backward travel to revisit cherished memories, correct past mistakes, or simply to relive moments of their lives. Here, backwards travel amounts to the ultimate form of nostalgia and potentially of self-improvement. There may even be some uses toward regaining memories to help with dementia, Alzheimer's disease, or amnesia. While the idea of backwards travel is undoubtedly tantalizing, however, it also presents several paradoxes and challenges that need to be addressed. The grandfather paradox is perhaps the most famous time travel conundrum. It posits that if you were to travel back in time and prevent your own grandfather from meeting your grandmother, then you would never be born. This creates a paradox, because if you're never born, how can you travel back in time to prevent your grandparents from meeting in the first place? There's also the issue of causality loops, infinite, circular chains wherein events in the past and future happen over and over again because they rely on the existence of time travel in the first place. And, again quite famously, there's the butterfly effect, wherein small changes in the past can have unpredictable, far-reaching and potentially major consequences in the future. More broadly, even well-intentioned alterations, big or small, such as saving millions with modern medicine, could lead to unintended and disastrous outcomes. What's apparent is that this is not as simple as being a straight-up wonder technology. There are various concerns at play. Maybe it's a good thing, then, that we're not there yet. And, actually, not by quite a distance. Yes, wormholes and FTL travel could make all of this possible, but how do we get there to start? If backwards time travel were ever to become a reality, it would necessitate the development of advanced technologies and a profound understanding of the fabric of the universe. First off, we'd probably need wormhole manipulation capabilities. We'd need to know how to create stable and controllable wormholes as a cornerstone of time travel technology. We'd need to work out how to open, maintain, and navigate through these cosmic tunnels. Secondly, we'll need exotic matter. It's thought that wormholes, if they are to exist, may require exotic matter with negative energy density to keep them from instantly collapsing. Developing and harnessing exotic matter, though, would be a monumental challenge, and it's something that we haven't really even begun to do right now. And, thirdly, there's the challenge of energy. Because, how do we propel ourselves to a future time when all of this is even conceivable, and then how do we fuel all we need once we get there? For many, the key could lie in our gaining a deep understanding of quantum mechanics. Only then, with quantum mastery, could we ever claim to wield enough energy potential. In other words, time travel in real life could well demand that we somehow learn to control and access every single particle of reality. If you've got ideas on how we might do that, then let us know in the comments. Or, perhaps think about patenting it, because that is incalculably valuable knowledge. For now, backwards time travel remains one of the most captivating and challenging concepts in theoretical physics and science fiction. But, while the idea of revisiting the past is alluring, it's essential to recognize the significant hurdles and paradoxes that must be overcome. Do you think we'll ever get there? Are wormholes enough to make it happen? Would FTL travel allow us to not only move into the future, but also to anchor back to history? And what would you do if it were possible? If you could choose one place or moment to travel back to, what would it be? Some will choose the most massive and influential points in time. Key dates in human history: the arrival of the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs, the emergence of life itself on Earth. Others would opt for a more personal journey, to more simply revisit events and people that they once knew. Ultimately, the possibilities are endless. What do you think? Is there anything we missed? Let us know in the comments. Check out these other clips from Everything But What, and make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for our latest content.